Hello and welcome back to another video. Today's Wednesday, so this is Waffle on a Wednesday, where I answer your questions to the best of my ability. And for those of you that are new here, my name's Mel and I live full-time in this Mercedes Sprinter campervan, and occasionally I like to go treasure hunting. So if that's something that interests you, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. Right, with the introductions over, let's crack on with this week's Q&A. Mel, here's a question. Would you consider making your own portable power unit out of a leisure battery, 12 volt switches and sockets? Would it be far cheaper than buying a Jackery or a Bluetti? And that comes from Pasty Trekker. Well, Pasty Trekker, my entire van is kind of a portable power unit. After all, I've got a big stash of batteries under my bed. I've got my alternator connected to those batteries via a split charge relay. I've also got solar panels on my roof that charge those big leisure batteries. I've got a huge bank of switches and charging ports down here, and those batteries also power my ceiling fan, my fridge, my lights, and also my diesel heater. So in a roundabout way, my entire van is a portable power plant. I do hope that answers that question. Mel, is that the ocean I can hear in the background? Yes, it is. So here's a question for anyone out there that owns a Sprinter. Please do try and help Buster out, because I don't know the answer to Buster's question. I'll just unlock my phone so I can read it out. Hi Mel, have you had any more limp mode problems, as my Sprinter makes a roaring noise, sounds like a Land Rover going down the road, and drops into limp mode? Did yours make any similar noises? Could you please answer my question on Waffle? Many thanks. Well Buster, I'm pleased to say, since fitting the 2 new turbos to Mary, she's been running sweet as a nut. As for making a roaring noise, no. Mary didn't make any roaring noises whatsoever. So if any Sprinter owners out there have had a similar problem to Buster, then please do leave a comment in the comment section of this video and see if we can help him out. I'll thank you in advance. Now Wally W07 has a question about my e-bike, and he asks, this bike looks great. It is great, trust me, it's really good. Do you know if you can raise the height of the handlebars? I'm 5'10", not sure if the frame would be too small and I'd be bent over. Thanks for your hard work. Well Wally, I'm 6 foot tall, and unfortunately you cannot raise the height of the handlebars, although you can adjust the height of the seat. I have to be honest with you, I do kind of bend over a little bit, but it's not to the point where it's uncomfortable. I do believe you will be perfectly fine with the size of the bike and the height of the handlebars. I hope that answers that question. Hi Mel, just a quick question. We love a quick question. I have just finished my solar setup. I wonder if you could give me some advice. Certainly. Could I just use a car charger, 240 volt, to top up my batteries if needed, and if so, would I need to unplug anything? Many thanks, Alan. PS, your channel has been a great help. Well, I'm pleased to hear that, Alan. That's really kind of you to say. I can safely say from experience, no, you will not have to unplug anything should you attempt to top up your leisure batteries using a 240 volt to 12 volt car charger, as long as it's a smart charger and it is switchable and compatible with the batteries that are fitted to your van. Me personally, I use a Nyko smart charge controller. I will put a link in the description to the charge controller that I used in my van all throughout this winter, and I've had no issues at all, and it's surprisingly inexpensive. Thanks for the great question, and I hope that answer helps. Now I do have to say thank you to everybody for all your positive comments concerning Julian's new app Noimacki. The response from you has been absolutely overwhelming, so thank you. I really do appreciate it, as does Julian. Hopefully later on I'll try and grab Julian to answer some questions concerning his new app Noimacki. But before we do that, I'd like to answer some of the comments that I also got on that video. And one particular comment was about security issues that we raised in that video. And this comes from PK Blinder. Thanks for the information on how to steal a Sprinter. Now whenever I make a video showing how vulnerable you guys are to criminals and criminal activity, I always get people making comments like this, saying that all I've done is educate criminals on how to steal stuff from you. I got a lot of that when I made my catalytic converter video on how to protect your cat from being stolen from your van. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up here. Well worth a watch, especially if you own a Mercedes Sprinter. and a lot of people left a comment on that video saying all I've done is educate criminals on how to steal catalytic converters, and quite a few people have made the same comment on last weekend's video about I've now shown criminals how to steal a Mercedes Sprinter. Well, believe me, I don't think criminals are going to watch my videos to learn how to steal stuff from you. I'm sure they're quite capable of educating themselves on how to steal and help themselves to your property without my help. And I sincerely hope that you don't become a victim of such criminal activity, and that my videos do actually prevent this from happening. After all, that's why I make my videos, to try and help you guys. Now, with all that said, I think it's time for this week's Troll of the Week.
Troll of the Week.
Well, congratulations to Smoking Rider. You, my old friend, are this week's Troll of the Week. Reinventing the wheel and solving a problem that doesn't exist. Thought you were raving on about Park for Night the other day. Surely this is just a rehash of this. Oh, is it free? Question mark. For God's sake, Mel, stop selling your soul for a few pence of silver. It's beneath you. Well, Smoking Rider, I can reassure you that I did not receive a single penny from Julian for inviting him onto my channel and talking about Noimacki. I did it purely because I think it's a fantastic concept, and I do believe it will become an amazing resource for anyone living full-time in their campervan, and I was so excited I wanted to share it with you. Now, as for it being a complete rehash and reinventing of the wheel and just a copy of Park for Night, I think what I'll do, I'll get Julian in to explain the difference between Noimacki and Park for Night. I think you may be quite interested and pleasantly surprised. Right, let's go find Julian. See what he's up to. I don't know where he is, but we'll see if we can find him. This is Julian's van. The dreaded knock. Hello! Hello! Hello, mate. We've got a minute to answer some questions.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go, just go do it.
Go do it.
Let's go!
After you, sir.
Thank you.
So here's Julian, as promised. So Julian, what would you say to anybody that compares Noimacki to Park for Night?
Well, firstly, I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone in the comments that has said nice things. There's been a lot of support, and I have been reading the comments. It's been really, really nice to hear such great feedback, and a lot of you have actually subscribed to the mailing list. So firstly, thank you very much. And for those of you like Smoking Rider and other people who have compared it to Park for Night, all those hard hours, all those long nights and, you know, business meetings, and you compare it to Park for Night. Now, I'm joking. Park for Night is a great app, and I can certainly understand why people may be confused or might think it's like Park for Night. However, Noimacki is very much unique. There is no other app like it for the community out there. So there's 4 fundamental elements. The first one is a community map, which is where people are comparing Park for Night to Noimacki. However, we do reward our users for their contribution to listing points on the map. The second is a campsite booking engine, so you can book campsites directly via Noimacki. So if you do want to book a night stay or a week stay, you'll be able to do it directly on Noimacki, which you can't on other apps at the moment, along with the points of interest. We have a store where you can buy campervan related products and other things. I'm thinking of including potentially some sports equipment as well, because I know a lot of you out there might like paddle boarding, surfing and so on. So there's things in the pipeline that we might release at a later date. And last but not least, we have the community hub, the community board, which is the primary feature on the app. It's the actual idea behind it all. That's where the app has actually grown from, the idea of having a community forum where you can all share ideas, you can share your content, you can help each other out by answering questions. That hub was the idea behind the entire app, before the points of interest, before the campsite engine. So those are the 4 key elements that make up Noimacki, and at the moment there isn't another app out there on the market. So yes, I can understand where you're coming from, but it's slightly different. But thank you for your comment, and check it out when it comes out. Hopefully we're looking around sort of September time.
A couple of more questions I'd like to put to you.
Yeah.
How much is the app, and is it a subscription base?
So the app is free for everyone to use. Everyone will be able to see, and you will be able to use all of the points on the map. Now, for the paid version, you're able to tailor your vehicle to the app. So you can type in the metrics such as the height, the weight, the type of vehicle, and the points have metrics and information that are stored when people or you, the users, are listing the points of interest. So those points of interest will only be displayed if it's relevant to your vehicle. If your vehicle is too big for a particular spot, as a pro member, because you're paying for the pro membership, it will remove all of those unnecessary points that aren't relevant to your vehicle, because you're not going to be able to fit down the road, or there might be a height restriction. So there is a free version, and it will be open to everyone. You don't have to pay anything. You can still book campsites on it, you can still buy products on it, and you can still use the community hub. But the paid version, there is a subscription. So we will be charging £3.99 per month, or £34.99 per year. We do have another incentive as well. So for every year that for every pro member that we have on using the app each year, we will be planting one tree, and that will be for everyone that is a pro member. So that's just to combat climate change. It's with a company called trees.org. Really awesome charity. Go and check them out, trees.org. I love their projects, I love what they do, so head over there and check them out.
Now, me, myself and Van, among some other people, have also commented that the link for the app is not clickable. I'm guessing it's because the app isn't released yet. Is that right?
Yeah, so the app isn't released yet. At the moment we're doing internal testing. We are about to release it on beta. Hopefully this week we get it back and it's ready to release on beta. We're hoping to test it for around 4 weeks, which is going to be tested by a group of selected individuals, Mel and Becky being some of the people. And then after that, you know, hopefully it's providing everything runs smoothly and we don't need to make too many changes or any changes at all, fingers crossed, then we can release the app to you guys. So at the moment there isn't an app to download just yet, but like I said, you can subscribe to the mailing list, which is Noimacki.io, and you'll be able to subscribe to the mailing list, and we will send you an email to let you know when the app is live on either the Play Store or the App Store. So yeah, you can actually pre-register to be notified. Yeah, when the app. So if you are interested in Noimacki, then do go over to Noimacki.io, yeah, and you can pre-register, so that then Julian will send you an email to let you know when the app is available. Thank you, Julian. That's all right. I just want to say one more thing as well. So thank you so much to Mel for inviting me to come on, because he purely did this as a gesture of goodwill. I had no idea. I didn't mention anything, I didn't hint anything. I wasn't expecting to be featured on Mel's channel and to plug the app. He just said, I've got a great idea, I think it'd be great content for my YouTube channel, would you like to talk about it? And I was a bit taken back. I was like, oh yeah, like sure, you know. I was like, wow, okay, cool. So Mel was just genuinely such a nice and lovely guy, and Becky, such an awesome couple. They feel like neighbours based where we are right now, and it's a real nice community where we are. So thank you for having me on your channel, and for helping me out.
Like I said before, I wish you all the best.
No, thank you, I appreciate it.
And all the success for your app. And I sincerely believe it will be a great resource for anyone travelling in a campervan. And we are thinking, or a motorhome.
Exactly, or even a car with a tent, you know, because you can book campsites and there will be spots you might want to go and stay. So we are thinking about other features already down the line, so additional security features or functions for you as solo van lifers potentially, and so we are already thinking about new things. So like I said, if you do have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them, because the app is about improving on this community and bringing everything together and making sure that we all have a hub. We can use this one platform to get everything we need. I want it to be a resourceful tool to anyone and everyone. So
for the van life community as
exactly.
a whole. Yeah.
That's the project. It's about the community. It's about helping each other.
And you don't have to live full time in your van to take advantage of this app. It is also for the so-called weekend warriors, although I don't like to use that term.
Well, even if
a lot of families have camper vans and motorhomes and RVs.
Even if you're going away for 2 weeks, you can still use it to book a campsite. So it's, you know, it will be a resourceful place if you do want to go on a staycation around the UK to go camping. So you know, as Mel said, you don't need to be a van lifer. You don't even need to do it as a weekend hobby. If you only use your caravan or campervan for 2 weeks each year, it's still a resourceful tool. It will be useful to you then as well.
Absolutely. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now Julian's had to rush off on a business meeting, so I'd like to say thank you, Julian, for taking the time to answer those questions and putting everyone's mind to rest that Noimacki is completely different to Park for Night. And I have to say, it's been an absolute pleasure having Julian as a guest on my channel, talking about his new app Noimacki, and I am genuinely excited to try out Julian's new app. And if you'd like to try out Julian's new app when it is released, released, then don't forget to register with Julian's at noimacki.io. I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can pre-register and get notified when the app goes live. And if you do have any more questions for me, then I invite you to leave those questions in the comments section of this video, and I'll do my best to answer your questions next week. Thanks for watching this video, take care, and I'll see you very soon. Ta-ra for now.